Oh, I don't like when I just go solo. I'm very big. She's big a little bit. But okay, I just need to explain something really quickly before I switch into the guests. But an unfortunate thing has happened today. Joan will be back, but something unfortunate happened. We're going to talk about it. But an emergency kind of happened with his dog. It's super sad. Um, so I kind of scrambled and I got two amazing podcasters to jump in at the last minute, which I think is so awesome. And like, what a hard thing to do. I feel like if somebody sent me that, I would have a full panic attack and like scream into a pillow, like pour cold water over my head. But both of these girls agreed to jump in with me. So let's do this, gals. I got Justine from the Shore Store podcast. Hello, Justine.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Hager. And also I have Erica from Surreality podcast. Say hello, girl.
Hello.
And you guys have a joint podcast. So talk about that really quickly.
Oh, hell yeah. Do you want
Or
to do it,
long.
Justine, or me?
Both
You
of you.
go ahead.
All right, I'll take the reins.
You're more eloquent than I
This
am.
is gonna be a shit show, so let's just go with that.
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting us. Of all the
Oh.
talented people that we know.
I cried earlier. I mean, I'm just admitting that now. I cried when you both said hello. Said
I mean, me too.
yes.
Just because I was so flattered.
Oh my. So and Erica just dyed her hair recently. Like
I freshened it up for the show. So, I mean, I'll be sending you a bill. No, Justine and I have a combined show we do as well as our individual shows. We have a combined show called Surreal Shore Presents, and we're just finishing up, finally recapping Teen Mom 3. And we actually are going to be starting a new show soon. Can we talk about that, Amanda?
Yes.
Okay.
Talk about everything.
We're going to be doing a new show where we recap 2000s television, just like the best episodes of anything you can think of. Like what we got: Newlyweds, Viva La Bam, The Osbournes. What are some other ones you want to do, Justine?
Meet the Barkers.
Yeah.
Probably Girls Next Door, Jerseylicious.
Oh, yeah. And it's perfect because this is exactly what's right up our alley. All of our alleys, really. But I mean, trash 2000s television. It's like, why commit to just one show? Or we can just kind of get a little taste of all of it, you know?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, once that gets started, please feel free to post it on our Facebook page. Send it to me. I can put it on a story. Happy to promote that. You guys are great together. And it's all the content that I like need in my life.
So are you and Joan. Whoever is not subscribed to the Pod in the City Patreon, like, you are missing out. The episode you guys did with Anthony was so good.
He was super nervous about Anthony. He's like, it's a straight man. I'm like, yeah, but he's like a Long Island like comedian. Like, we're gonna be fine. And it went off without a hitch.
He's afraid of him like he's a wild animal or something. Oh, a straight guy.
But I think a lot of like gay men in our age range like kind of see them that way. Like, oh, is this a safe place? But sure. Anthony is totally a safe place. So everyone follow Anthony DiDomenico. Let me discuss what is going on here. John texted me this morning, and unfortunately he had to put his dog down today. And I mean, I don't really know how to even I can't make that funny, but he just put his dog down like an hour ago. Yeah. Horrible. He did it through home hospice, which I actually really recommend to everyone. I did that with my cat. But it's unfortunate, and everyone please reach out to John or like send him messages through our Patreon or like Instagram. He's really going through it. Like, this was an old dog, but I mean, it's tough.
At least it lived a long life. That's all you can say, right? That's the thing about pets, is that they're always gonna kick out on you at some point, right?
Yeah. Here's Justine listening to this as like a brand new pet owner. She's like, great.
You were set up for heartbreak in about 15 years.
Oh, I know. I literally said to Blair the other day, I'm like, if I wanted to cry on command, I could just like think of him dying already.
Yeah. When I was in Les Mis and I was Fontaine and everyone in the cast and the director agreed that I was a terrible actress. During my dying scene, I would just think about my cat dying, and like it was fucking like full applause.
It works.
Yeah, it works. Yeah. So yes, Joan, I love you. If you're watching, I don't know what you're doing. I hope you're just getting really stoned and screaming into a pillow and watching like bad TV.
Yeah.
Watch the Sex in the City. Anyway, I want to say thank you, girls, for girls.
Girls.
All right, I need to do all this. The thing is that I was gonna just cancel today, but so much shit happened this week that I thought was exciting to talk about that I'm like, I need to do this. So let me get some of this housekeeping out of the way. Are you guys ready for this graphic? Are you ready to see Robin Brown's? No, it's just Robin Brown. That's, again, I can't remind you enough. That is Robin Brown's kitchen. Look, join us on patreon.com/pod in the city. A lot of good stuff going on over there. On me and Jody's Patreon, we got, on me and John's Patreon, we got Designing Women, Season 1, Episode 1 pilot.
Wow.
And Sex in the City, Season 1, Episode 8, The Baby Shower. Do you guys like Designing Women?
I mean, it's something that I'm aware of. I've never sat down and watched it, but I'm excited to hear you guys talk about it. I think they talked about it on like I Live the 80s or whatever back in the day, so I know what it is. I love that.
I've never even heard of it until you guys said you were recapping it, honestly.
You've never heard of Designing Women?
I've never heard of it, sorry.
Is the baby shower episode the one when the girl steals Charlotte's baby name?
Yes.
Okay. Very excited for that.
Yeah. Season 1 of Sex and the City is actually pretty good. I mean, shockingly.
See, that's so funny because when I've rewatched it, I usually skip season 1.
I do. I skip season 1 of every show, but that sounds pretty good. I skip the pilot of everything. Okay, on Love to Hate Everything, Love to Hate TV Patreon, we got Sister Wives Season 10, Episode 4, Thanksgiving, the Good and the Bad. And yeah, and then on TRP, we got, this is Total Request Pod, we got Grey's Anatomy, the Musicale episode with guest Nick Kachanov. I mean, what could be better?
So excited.
Do you guys watch Grey's Anatomy?
No.
No.
Well, we're in the minority, though.
I don't think you are, though.
Really? I feel like everyone loves Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, I've told Amanda this before, but when I was in 8th grade, which shows you how long Grey's Anatomy has been on for, I remember my gym class, the gym teacher was obsessed with it, and she favored all the girls in the class who would watch it, and they would like come to school the next day and like all talk about it, and we'd be like, okay. And I was like saying, so I have like a low-key like grudge against Grey's because of that, and Amanda's like, well, if it was like Teen Mom or something, you would like favor the students who watch Teen Mom. I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Well, ladies, girls, guess what I'm clicking play on the second after this ends?
Oh, God.
The final episode of Grey's Anatomy. Or not the final, because it's still going, but like the
newest one.
Yeah, the newest one. So I'm all ready for March 14th. Justine, do you want to come to my house and watch it with me?
I mean, I will, but
actually,
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to go to your house because you have cable and I don't.
Okay.
Do they know when it's gonna end?
I don't think it's gonna end.
It's just there forever.
It's a completely new cast now. It's just like all these new interns that are like 20.
Sure.
And I hate them.
Oh,
they're annoying. I hate them all.
Cal Jacobs isn't on it anymore.
No, he died in a plane crash. Justine, there's been like 3 plane crashes on this.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Did he survive 2 of them before dying in the 3rd? Or
he well, his fiance Lexi died in the plane crash. That was Meredith's long lost sister, and then he almost died, but then he like had the surge. You guys know about the surge? Like
No.
when you're about to die, you
Sorry.
get like a surge, like where you're like totally fine and then you immediately die, apparently.
Oh,
So that's what
okay.
happened.
Like in
Anyway.
Madame Web, except she didn't die. She came back to life.
Well, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Why
sorry.
am I going to
she
go watch
lives.
it now?
We're going to talk about Madame Web in a second. Let me just get through all this other shit.
Okay.
Click that subscribe button and smash that like and follow us on Instagram, PATC Pod. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, let's go on to hot topics, shall we? I'm going to assume that's a yes.
The
All right, let's do
hot
it.
god.
Oh, yeah.
Still need to edit out like the last 5 seconds of that thing.
Second too long.
Yeah. Okay, Madam Web. I want to follow up with Justine on the fact that we saw this together and it was like one of my favorite movie experiences of my entire life.
It was pretty awesome. And my favorite part of that didn't even have to do with the movie, but it went dead silent and there was someone in our theater with like a smoker's cough.
Oh my, we were both like,
they just like started hacking up a lung and we're both, who goes to the movies when they have COVID?
right. Somebody just restarted COVID in that movie
Yeah.
theater.
Exactly.
But Erica, you need to see it.
I don't even know what it's about. I thought Sydney Sweeney was the lead. Is she not?
She's in a wrinkled shirt.
She's like the supporting lead. Her and the
Okay.
other two like teenage girls. But Dakota Johnson's like the lead.
Oh, I mean, if you want like the dictionary definition of phoning it in is just Dakota Johnson in this movie.
Nice. Okay. Because usually she just delivers.
Oh,
Dakota Johnson.
she
Meryl
emotes.
Streep, who?
Yeah, she just, her face is just a flavors of expression.
Mm-hmm.
But it was honestly like one of the most happy movie experiences of my life because everything was happening. Kids were running around at some point in the theater and me and Justine were like triggered by it.
I'm sorry.
We went at 12 o'clock on a Tuesday. I'm like, don't these kids have school right now? That's the whole point of going at this time.
Yeah.
Good
Eric.
Lord. I mean, Sean and I made it through Aquaman 2, so I think if we can make it through that, we can make it through anything. So,
Antique Krista says John's review of this movie was perfection. Yes, John is much funnier. Like he was pissed about this movie, so everyone can go back, I guess, to last episode and see what he said about that. Also, I forgot to say one thing here. For me and John's podcast, we want you guys to send in submissions for your most like crazy sex stories, and it's all going to be anonymous. We're never going to say your name, but please send in just like crazy sex stories. I mean, both of you are invited to do this as well.
oh yeah, my riveting sex life.
How much time do you have? The question with me.
Just have Justine's sex story hour.
You just send in
Power
like
hour.
a blank, like a body of the email that's just blank. I do actually have some crazy ones, but
I believe it.
yeah.
I think anyone who's ever had a Tinder account probably has some stories. You know,
I'm retired from that. Yeah, and also, I just want to say I posted this episode of Marriage Boot Camp to me and Jody's main feed. Love to hate everything, and I think I'm just going to post one every week. I think I'm just going to post the whole series because this deserves to be heard, right?
Yeah.
Oh, one of my all-time favorite things that you guys have ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I feel like it gets lost in the woodwork.
I think I'm gonna go as Amber in that era for Halloween this year. If I
So,
have the pink hair, I'm gonna.
Well, you got the pink hair,
Yeah.
but you need to do it really like tight.
Yeah.
Tight
And
time.
the onesie that she's like about to fight Madden in the lie detector scene.
You motherfucker.
And then Sean has to go as Matt. He just has to wear like glasses and a Patriots hat.
But like a long sleeved tee with like
with the
a
Ramones
Ramones
t-shirt over it.
t-shirt over
I could probably make him do it. Yeah. It's
All right, well,
happening.
actually, speaking of now, what a great segue. Justine, breaking shoes. Uh, Janelle, what happened with Janelle?
So her and David are separated for the 300th time,
Uh-huh.
and someone broke into their house. She's sick. I don't know. What else do you want to know?
She's seeing molecules.
Oh my God. I cannot. I can't with her.
But didn't she say that her house got broken into last night?
I think it was David that broke into the house. No.
Well, I agree. It
Yeah.
was David. Yeah.
Because he
Did
was
you hear-
staying on the houseboat. So Jace could stay at the house or something. It's just a mess.
I feel like this trial is going to go badly.
In what way? What do you mean? Do you think the kids are
I think that Jason's going to be put back in the house with Janelle and David.
because Barb's totally just
Well, no, just because I don't trust the American court system.
oh, why? Can't imagine why.
Well, because Scott Peterson was convicted. He is clearly innocent.
That's a deep cut, Amanda.
I know
That's a deep
it
cut
is.
these days.
Oh, good. Everyone's liking the marriage boot camp. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna post that every week on our other channel. So yay. All right, what else we got here? Okay, Sandoval. All right, Sandoval. Tom
My boy.
Sandoval is the moment right now, and he gave well, first he said something really racist, or I don't even know if it was racist. It was just stupid.
Insensitive.
Yeah, stupid.
Then he apologized for it, which the apology was insane. Then the next day he decided to like sue Ariana for what? Like
Defamation of character.
$9,000.
He's suing her for $90,000.
90, okay.
So from what I understand of the situation, because they were never married, they went 50-50 in on their house when they bought it. He lent her $90K for part of her half of the house that she never paid back for him. So he's like, I'm not going to put the house up for sale until you pay me that money back.
Are you on Tom Sandoval's side?
Listen, I
know you are an apologist.
I don't understand why Ariana wants to keep that house, besides the fact that she's being petty, because your man cheated on you and he fucked his. Are we allowed to swear?
Yeah.
He fucked his mistress everywhere in that house. Why do you want to stay there with those memories?
Oh, it's spite.
It's out of pure spite, because she made what, a couple $1 million off of this whole thing. Like she has more than enough money to just like up and leave and get a new place while the house is going in. And Tom made a good point by saying like he built the gym. He said it even in the show. He's the one that like took care of the house, even though people made fun of it. So I personally just, I don't know. I think he should keep it. Team Sandoval.
All right. Well, I also have this article here that I just want to read a little bit of it. This is him suing her, but he doesn't do himself any favors in the way that he speaks and I guess emotes. But here's a quote from this. Ariana hasn't paid a single bill for this house in 8 months. She hasn't paid the mortgage. She hasn't lived there in 2 to 3 months, and all her shit's in the master bedroom. And she comes and goes and shows up like whatever. Like, this is the whole article. It's just a bunch of that shit.
Imagine having sex with him in that voice. Oh yeah.
Ariana! Let me get another. Oh, she's like, oh, he gave me a shit offer. I gave her an offer of 3.1 million, dude. We bought our house for 2 million, top market. I gave her an offer to buy her out. You can just picture him whining to this. You know, the reporter is like, oh my God. Like, I need a shot.
Oh, for sure. I just think that they both should just sell the house and move on. Like
Yeah.
it's
It's
not
dumb.
it's not worth this
Get the fuck out of
stress.
there.
But yeah.
But then that part of the storyline would be over. And they're clinging on to this story.
Oh.
This is the only thing that's going for the show. So people
Mhm.
online who are like, I hate Sandoval, I think all those people should be thanking his ass because everyone in the cast quit drinking. The show is so boring.
It was
There's
boring,
nothing else
Bailey.
going on except for Sandoval like making himself look worse and worse every week. Like, so.
But it's funny. We're gonna get into what are we watching, but Joan just texted me and he said, please tell people that my dog had to be put down because someone messaged me saying they hope she feels better. So the dog
Aw.
is put down. Sorry to keep bringing this up, but like I want to honor Joan in this moment.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to get into what are we watching? And guess what? There's a new graphic in town, ladies.
Oh.
Justine's already seen it. And I hate that because I shouldn't have even sent that to you last night. Because
Slap us across the face with it. Come on.
All right. It's bad. I mean, it's bad. I suck at these, but here we go. What are we watching?
So pick me. Choose me. Love me.
We were on a break!
Have some remorse.
I hate 'em.
Sensitivity. I think that I may be the voice of my generation. I am someone who is looking for love.
Hey, it's Che Diaz.
See, I made that and I spent so much time making up. The Che Diaz does always give me a little giggle at the end because I forget it's coming.
I loved it.
I had no idea that the pick me, love me was from Grey's Anatomy. I just knew that as like a TikTok
It's from like
sound.
first season.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Derek, pick me, love me, choose me.
I'm sure that works every time
Yeah.
in real life. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, but okay, let me just show you guys this though, because I texted John and was like, we just had a little back and forth, and I guarantee you that he made this. This is a spoiler for next week, but it's also like a tease. We're gonna have a thing called John's Movie Corner. I think that I can guarantee he knocked this out in under 10 minutes, and it's 100 times better than that thing that I spent 2 hours on. Here it is.
I don't know how
That's
you
the
guys do
first-
these at all. So
Yeah, same.
good
Oh,
for you.
it sucks.
It's a miracle I taught myself how to do this. I had
Right.
a podcast. So
People keep upping the ante. All right, what are we watching this week? First of all, my mom wanted me to recommend to everybody Death by Fame on Netflix, girls.
sounds like something I'd be into.
It's about celebrities that get murdered. So yes, that's definitely like our
Oh.
entire demographic. Yeah, she recommends all of it. Every episode is good.
Okay.
So check it out. I'm gonna check that out tonight after I finish watching Grey's Anatomy. Other than that, let's talk about the SAG Awards. Now, both of you didn't watch it, but you should have. You totally should have, because
Breaking Bad reunion. I saw that on TikTok.
no,
Was that from this year?
let me get my thoughts together here. So this thing was aired on Netflix, which we know how well live things go for Netflix, because remember, like, Love is Blind had that live, and it was a disaster, and it started 2 hours late, and then Vanessa Lachey was like wasted by the time they came back to it. Anyway, hosted by Netflix. No host, but kind of the host was what's his name? Oh, the black guy from The Office. Idris Elba.
Oh.
He was kind of the host, but like they made him go in and do a bunch of stand-up. and he was uncomfortable, and the audience was instantly over it.
That's the first thing you know him from is The Office.
I know.
Yeah.
I think of him in that Beyonce movie, Obsessed. She was naked.
Never
in your
heard of
bed.
that.
You've never seen that
You
movie?
touched my
it's so
child?
good.
You touched
Yeah.
my child.
You're both much younger than me.
Oh
We're
my
not
god.
we're not up with current events, but we've both seen that terrible Ali Larder, Beyonce, Idris Elba.
My God.
I thought it was
knockoff.
good.
Missed all of that. I'm more like the Office Seinfeld level.
Yeah, understood.
I'm
They should
older
have
than
had.
Cheers.
They could have had Idris. I was born while Cheers was airing. Fun fact. Idris Elba could have just stood there. He didn't have to say anything, and I would have liked that just fine.
Yeah, but
Just
he was
saying.
less attractive the more and more he had to do this because he was dying.
Yeah.
There was this other thing where, Tan France from Queer Eye.
Probably. I probably just
Never
don't know
seen
the name.
it.
He's like, but you know who he is, right? He's on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. He's like
I only
Indian
know
and he's got,
Carson Kressley.
All right, but anyway, they were clearly making all of like the
Okay.
Netflix. Yes, that guy. Yes, thank you, Erica. They were clearly making all the Netflix people like the hosts because it was Laverne Cox. No, not Laverne Cox. Is that her name?
From Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So she was one of the hosts, and then Tan France was the other host. So they're
She
both
played
Netflix people.
Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror remake.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, oh, from that Rocky Horror.
Which is very controversial, but that's not here nor there.
Oh, I don't even mind that. I just thought that she was bad in it. Like I don't
Yeah.
mind that she was like a trans woman playing it.
Adam Lambert was so good in that. He was the only
Adam
good
Lambert
part of
is
that.
amazing. I fucking love him.
Mhm.
What was I talking about? Oh, the SAG Awards. So those two are the hosts. So the people that would win the awards would then come off screen and do an interview with Tan France, who was equally as nervous as basically me hosting this right now. Like he didn't know what he was doing. The teleprompter was all over the place. And it was just like, here, talk for 3 minutes with this person who just won this huge award, who was also wasted, who you've never met. So that was rough. The best part of the night, though, was Pedro Pascal won for The Last of Us. And I mean, the second he got out of his, like, he was shell shocked. The second he got out of his seat, I was like, oh, this guy's fucking wasted. And he gets up there. Do you guys know what, like, have you been?
I have no
following
idea
this?
what you're gonna say.
Okay, so he gets up there and he's like, and he's sweating. His hair is just like, ugh. His tie is off and he's unbuttoned like half of his shirt. And he's just like, I really didn't think I was going to win. So I got drunk. So bye.
It's awesome.
I love it.
Yes. Then he had to go and do that fucking interview with Tan France. And Tan's like, oh, are you going to rewatch that tomorrow on YouTube? And he's like, I'm not fucking watching that ever again.
See, I don't know how these celebrities do it. I say this all the time with like housewives and stuff like that. Like, how do you watch yourself on TV be that drunk? Because my anxiety is crazy from not having to see myself. Can you imagine?
But like, if you really, I think he genuinely did not expect to win that. And he was like, can you imagine just being wasted off your ass and now you've won this award and now you have to go do this?
I love that though. I don't want to watch a generic ass award show these days anymore. I'm tired of it. I want to see people be messy. I want to see people talking that you would never see on screen together otherwise, you know? Oh my god.
It's a terrible picture, but okay.
Oh my god. He's still adorable though.
I know.
Yeah.
He's going to be the most like he's going to be the most trending celebrity for like the whole week because it was so precious.
Did it? Okay, so this is confusing to me. I'd seen that the SAG Awards happened. When did it air?
Erica, how could you not know that it was on Saturday at 5 p.m. on Netflix?
Okay, I was gonna guess Saturday, and I was curious why stuff was coming up because that's clearly a Sunday night thing, is it not?
I know. I was preparing for this live oh my god, you have 2 dolls behind you that I just realized. That's freaking me out. Anyway.
They talk.
No, it throws you off. Awards nights are Sunday or Monday. Monday for the Tonys. You don't do an awards at 5 p.m. on Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah. But I also
However, I really recommend you all watch this.
Oh,
'cause it
I'm
was
going to now.
such a shit show. And they had all these reunions, like the Modern Family reunion, the Breaking Bad reunion, but the Devil Wears Prada.
That's cool.
It wasn't cool though, because they just made them. I would like it if they all just kind of came up on stage, everyone gave them an applause, and then they all just announced the award. They forced all of these people to go up there and like improv for about 3 minutes, and it was horrible.
It's kind of like when John Travolta and Uma Thurman at the Oscars last year just had to do this for like 5 minutes because they were like paying ode to movies on their anniversaries or whatever.
Yeah. Now, my other favorite moment was, now Barbra Streisand's in this like big lexicon right now because she just came out with that book, but she got the she got the Lifetime Achievement Award, and I mean it was exactly what you'd think Barbara would. I mean, it went on and it got very political and very like, men in this industry, and I am a woman in this industry, which looking like fucking Penny Marshall.
I was gonna ask if she had the truly brown glasses on.
Yeah, no, I feel like once you get to a certain age as a woman, apparently, as a powerful woman, you just start wearing the lenses, the transition.
Well, it covers up the wrinkles.
Yeah. I mean, she was screaming.
She looks like Donatella Versace.
Yeah, she looks like many people. I mean, I loved it. But like it was, and you know, okay, so guess who presented the award? Guess. Like, who do you think should present Barbara with an award?
Someone too young did it.
Don't ask me, because you and I were
correct.
talking about her, and I said I know her from Meet the Fockers, so.
Yentl!
She's Yentl, yeah. I'm gonna guess. I don't know. I was gonna guess someone young who's in the music biz.
Okay, well, that's wrong. It's
Okay.
Jennifer Aniston first did a segment, and then she handed it off to Bradley Cooper.
Oh, of course.
I get Bradley Cooper because he directed A Star Is Born, which Barbara was in. So like, I get that.
Mhm.
Why the fuck is Jennifer Aniston presenting Barbra Streisand with her Lifetime Achievement Award? Unless they asked a whole bunch of people, or Barbara was like, no.
Sure.
No. Yeah, Jennifer Aniston's fine.
Well, she's a people pleaser. You know?
Barbara or Jennifer?
Jennifer Aniston. She's the
Agreed.
Buffalo chicken dip of celebrities. She will always work every time.
Hey, Justine makes a mean buffalo chicken dip.
Don't gotta tell
I
me.
do.
If there's one thing I were to guess about Justine, it would be that.
Amazing. Anyway, everyone watched the SAG Awards. It was just such a shit show. Nobody knew what they were doing. Everyone was wasted. Cody Brown.
Who was like the big winner of the night?
Succession and Oppenheimer, which, God, do I need to watch this fucking thing?
Yeah.
I will never watch
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
We just watched it.
Did
The
you?
Is it good? The title bores me to death.
It's fine. It's fine.
Fine.
It's there.
Cillian Murphy looks like a Ken doll to me, and he scares me. It's like a uncanny valley with him.
I agree. I would be terrified to approach him. He scares me.
Yeah. Like, he's either gonna like make out with me or like stab me in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's not my type of flick, but it took us 3 nights to get through it because it's so fucking long. But it's fine.
Really?
Yeah. And we had
But, like-
rented it, so it was like we have to finish it tonight. We don't have a fucking excuse.
It's the only Oscar movie I haven't seen, so I feel like I need to watch that thing.
And it'll
I've
probably
sat
win
myself-
everything.
Yeah. What else won? No, it was pretty much just those two things.
Jeremy Allen
anyway.
White won, right?
The Bear.
The Bear.
won a bunch. Yeah.
The Bear.
The Bear. Do you guys like that show?
I liked
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Well, then fucking tell Jody that. I'm so annoyed that she hates it so much.
Season 3 is coming out in June.
I
Oh, that's
know.
cool. I have a client that served in like really nice restaurants around here throughout her whole 20s, and she can't. She's like, I can't watch it. I watched like 2 minutes of it and I was
A
already
little
freaking the fuck
triggering.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I liked it. And since people are forcing Jeremy Allen White down my throat, I now think he's hot.
I do. I like a schnoz. Him and Adam Driver.
Oh, yes.
I mean, they would both definitely break my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've told people, like, as a celebrity, I don't think he's that hot, but I bet if I were to like work with him and he like gave me some of that like rough around the edges charm, I'd be like, okay.
Well, because Erica, we can change him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can make you better.
Uh-huh. Me.
Project.
It's
Yeah,
me. I'm the missing link in this.
It's so true. Okay. All right, I think that's it about the SAG Awards. But now I know that you both did not watch this, but SNL just had like, I feel like this is a very big turning point for SNL. Shane Gillis, who was famously, well, in my world, famously fired from SNL because right when he got hired with Bowen Yang. Right when he got hired, he like some tweets came out where he was like, he said some like controversial shit on his podcast, which is exactly why I would never even audition for SNL. Because if I got hired for SNL and then somebody like went and like looked at the backlog of like my podcast stuff, I'd be fucking canceled in a second. Anyway, he gets canceled. He gets hired to host this a Saturday. It was like my favorite episode of SNL that I've ever seen. Like, it was so funny, so controversial, so dark, so blue. I really recommend it to you because I think both of you would love it. I feel like people in our comments might have a completely opposite opinion of this, but I really respect his monologue because he comes on, he's super nervous, and then he makes, like, I'm not even going to get into it, but he makes kind of a topic of his conversation about Down syndrome because he has a relative with Down syndrome. The audience was gone. They were like, nope. Within like a minute, he gets them back and kills. And it was just so impressive to watch like the mathematics of this monologue.
Okay.
What do you guys think of that?
I'll watch it.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
I was curious if a lot of the things that you think were successful about the episode were like ad-libbed. Like, do you think that was just him on a like noticing and being like, "Oh, I gotta get him back"?
The monologue was so impressive because he was nervous. He said the Down syndrome thing. The audience he lost the audience. Then he kind of did a couple seconds of crowd work, like, "Sorry guys, like this is me noticing that that you hate me." And then he just somehow like got them back.
Okay.
It was just something that like I just don't think a lot of comedians could do. Then all the sketches were very also compared to the Dakota Johnson episode a couple weeks ago, where the whole cast, you could tell, just gave up on her. The whole cast was here for this. They were excited. They were ready. They're like, let's do this. Bowen Yang went on Weekend Update as what's his name? The guy that Truman Capote. He did this hilarious impression. Like, this was just the best episode of SNL that's happened in years. I know both of you don't care about SNL, but I do.
It's fascinating to me that people still watch Saturday Night Live.
I just think it's so cool that these people do this every week. I could never do that.
I mean, Erica and I's favorite movie is Wayne's World. So
that's how I know Bohemian Rhapsody. That's where Bohemian Rhapsody started, right?
It was written for the movie, 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Obviously.
But I will be watching, I believe, next week. I think it's next week because Ariana Grande's performing.
Wait, on SNL?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think I've watched SNL since Ashley Simpson got caught lip syncing.
in like
People-
2004.
Yeah.
People are not liking the SNL episode. I totally respect that. I agree that I can respect someone. I just really respect somebody getting back the audience after losing them so hard right at the top. But yeah,
I have to watch it obviously to give an opinion on it, but I'm just gonna say it. Like, I'm not easily offended by
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Exactly,
So I'll just say
yeah.
that.
I'm getting a bit of a Louis C.K. vibe from this, which we all
Yeah,
love Louis
same.
C.K. And I think that's just the hill you kind of got to die on, you know?
Yeah, where it's like, but I feel like as long as it's funny, like the way he wielded the jokes was funny. But if you don't agree with me, that's totally fine. I totally see it. Let's move on before I get completely canceled. All right. Love is Blind. Are you guys watching this?
No,
I'm-
but I'm more than aware of this Megan Fox thing.
Okay. So it turns out in this most recent dropping of this, it turns out that strangely, all of the men, even the good ones, are pure shit.
Huh.
Isn't that weird? It was mind blowing to me.
Who'da thunk?
They all had like fiancés or like while they were on this, they're all sociopaths. It's not great.
Is it over?
No,
like the
there's
season
there's
over?
Wait,
Oh.
someone went on a dating show and they were already in a relationship? That's unheard
and they
of.
were a narcissist. Weird.
Not my TV. Not the TV I watch.
No, like so much happened. Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments really quickly. So the Megan Fox girl chose the guy that looks like a thumb, and he looks like Hank Hill from King of the Hill. They got together. He wasn't attracted to her. I think they're gonna hang on till like the end though, because I think he knows that like if he rejects her, he's gonna look like a dick. So he's gonna hang on there. One guy, Kenneth, who I thought was like the nicest guy, immediately they get back to where are they? Like South Carolina, North Carolina. He gets out his phone and he's just on his phone the entire time. They break up immediately. Another guy is the second that he got his phone back, the other girl that he was like considering proposing to messaged him like, "Hey, what's up? Let's meet up." So they like, do you know this whole controversy?
No.
Okay.
No.
So he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna just go out for drinks to this bar." So he goes out. He stays out till 5 a.m. He drops his pin, like he lets her follow his fiance, follow his location. Then he comes home at 5 a.m. and she's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Well, I let you follow my location. You could see that I was clearly just at that bar that whole time." But he forgot that he was wearing his Apple Watch and the location was on that too. So she did stay up until 5 a.m. watching him just like driving around and then ending up at the other girl's like house. And then they obviously fuck.
Rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake.
Amazing.
So I'm sitting over here. I've never watched a lick of Love is Blind. To me, I thought the show was they legit don't see each other until the very last minute. And then it's like, this is who you're in love with. So they see each other?
So they they get engaged in the pods, then they see each other, and it's this whole thing where it's like, oh, the doors open and they're like, "Oh my God." And then they run to each other, they kiss, the guy like proposes there again with the ring, and then they take a couple days and then they all go to like Costa Rica for like a honeymoon, and then they all have to interact with each other and meet each other. It's
Okay.
completely toxic.
I mean, it sounds like Are You the One? To me.
I was just going to say, it's Are You the One, but kind of flipped.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is. And
Okay.
then you're forced to see the other person that you almost chose, and then those two people have a conversation. And then over here, these people are watching the conversation and they're pissed off, and it's a whole thing. And none of this is going to work out. This is stupid.
What would you say the age, like the What ages are these people?
When they put like the thing on the screen, it'll be like Amanda 20. It's like
Oh,
no.
I'm not. I don't like that.
But they're not. They're all like 46. Or they just look bad. Anyway.
I only know
That's
that
awesome.
Shake guy who was
Yeah.
on House of Villains.
Could I pick you up? Could I throw
He's
you?
on House of Villains. That's a pretty good. That's pretty good actually. All right. Let's get on to our new segment that this is like the shittiest fucking graphic, but I made it in 2 minutes. So it's a new segment called TikTok You Don't Stop.
TikTok You Don't Stop.
Well
Hey,
done.
You need to cut out the last part. Do you guys get that reference? It was Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh,
I thought it was Janelle Brown. It kind of sounded like her.
Nope. Okay? So the big thing on TikTok this week is, who the fuck did I marry? Right now,
Mhm.
you know about this.
Justine does.
Oh, I haven't watched it. I followed her account and I have the video like saved to start it, but I'm more so getting the videos of people like recreating
Yeah.
themselves watching it. Like, what did I do today? Oh, I spent the last 20 hours watching this woman tell me about her husband. And then on Twitter, I saw someone kind of narrow down the most exciting points or the most important points, but I haven't watched it.
All right. Well, basically, it was like watching my entire last relationship. It's like this woman and she capitalized on this shit. She made millions of dollars, I think. Somebody since she started at February 14th and she's like a millionaire now.
It's fucking ridiculous.
And people are giving her like cars and sending her to like Paris and London and shit. But I mean, good for her. She fucking went on. She told this long ass story. And I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So she's the Ariana Madix of TikTok.
Yeah, but like, yeah, she is actually, because she's the it girl right now.
Yeah.
So she's been finding clues like around the house, like indicating that her husband or whatever is cheating on her or was.
It was like,
or...
no, it's so much deeper than that.
Okay.
It's a lot of just finding it's a dirty John mixed with just like a mid-level guy who is just a pathological liar. But like, it was really just watching my last relationship with Bacon Fingers, because it was like, oh, he had all these cell phones and he said that one of them was for his job. And then in your head, you're like, but your job like is stupid. Like, why would you have your own like company cell phone for that?
Sure.
That and like, just I won't let you look at my bank accounts and I have offshore shit. And no, I'm divorced. Don't worry about it. No, you don't need to see the papers. Just a lot of that. So me watching this is just like, oh my God. Like, so many men out there exist like this. People.
Does it make you feel like, I know that it was a while ago and you're over it, but like, does it make you feel better? Or does it make you like more angry that this is happening?
I think it makes me more angry because I want to believe that that was just like a very specific thing that happened to me and that it was just that one guy. But it turns out that a lot of people do this. So it's a little upsetting. Yeah. You both have good men. I do believe in good men.
I'm waiting.
Like,
I'm waiting for something crazy to happen. I tell you.
You always need to be ready.
Just how.
Yeah.
Yeah. The stories I've heard.
Just always like and just a lot of stuff like tracking locations. And like, I feel like women don't want to seem crazy, so they don't check their husband's text messages and stuff or their location. But then it's like, maybe you should though.
I just think that if you even feel that you need to, then that should be, I shouldn't be in this relationship, because if you feel like you need to watch the person you're with all the time, clearly like you're not just feeling that way for no reason.
The first thing I would say if I were to find out that my husband were having an affair would be, where did you find the time? We
Yeah.
both work full time. We have a child.
We're in our like 30s, 40s.
Yeah, we watch a lot of TV. When are you doing this? Like, I'm genuinely like, tell me the ins and outs of this first, then I'll be pissed.
It's but I mean it's a good listen. I listened to it overnight actually as I was sleeping because her voice is super soothing. And then I had a whole bunch of like horny sex dreams. Like weird ones too, like fucked up ones. And I woke up and I'm like, what was it? Maybe I should unpack that.
Write that down, come back to it later. I feel
Maybe
like
she like told a sex story when you were like sleeping and your subconscious picked it up or something.
No, I think my body probably just like wants to have sex again, but like my mind is like, I hate everyone. I like 5 people.
You just go back to the OG that started all of this, which is Cheaters. Like one of my TVs has the 24-hour Cheaters channel, and like
nice.
that shit is amazing. I think Amanda and Jody need to do a TRP episode on it.
What
Sure,
a good
request it.
idea.
We do the one where the host gets stabbed.
That is a classic for sure.
Classic.
All right. Before we wrap, let's get into also on TikTok, Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports, who Justine gaslit me into thinking that she loved this show and him, but she just told me that she doesn't.
I
But we
like
got a new
the
dog.
like Barstool like accounts, but I think he's a douche.
Really? But that pizza review is so funny. That TikTok pizza review.
It is, but it's not him that's funny. He just
Right.
lucked out that funny things were happening to him.
I mean, Mercury was definitely in retrograde. There was a
Yeah.
full moon. Like everything was happening at that moment. If anyone wants to see the funniest video ever, type in like Dave Portnoy crazy pizza review, and
Okay.
a lot of stuff happens.
I
But
don't have TikTok. I don't use it. TikTok freaks me out. It's too much. But I will watch it, and I will be the determining factor between.
I'll
the
just
two of
send
you
it
if
to you.
it's
No,
funny
it's
or
very
not.
funny. Anyway, he rescued this pit bull named Miss Peaches last week, and that's the only thing that's coming up on my TikTok. Is just his he's like this total asshole like New York guy, but he has this new little pit bull that he rescued from like a hoarder situation, and every video is because he's like Miss Peaches, like he's talking in like a dog voice. And he's donating all his money that he's making from these videos to like pit bull rescue. So that's the other thing.
Look
going
how
on.
excited Amanda is. Can't even fucking contain herself.
Is this getting me back points from talking about how I liked Shane Gillis on SNL?
They do say the way that people like act with animals is a good way to figure out who they are as people, you know? If they have a soul or not or whatever.
Agreed. Yeah. Let's move on to Justine, do you have anything on TikTok?
My TikTok is boring. It's a lot of like, if you're seeing this video, it means this was meant for you. This is gonna happen today,
Right.
like the spiritual talk. And then I have a lot of I went to New York to see Ariana on Broadway, and I have a lot of like Bravo creators and stuff like that. So
Are
my
you seeing
TikTok's not as
are you guys
exciting.
seeing this like Wendy Williams shit? That's
Yeah.
like super depressing.
Of course.
I don't think
It'll-
that should be that shouldn't be shown to anyone. It's tragic.
I haven't seen clips of her or anything, but when I heard the news, like that's super sad, but also it was kind of like some things make sense now.
So you haven't seen the trailer for this documentary that's
No.
coming out / possibly is already out?
I think it's
No.
already out.
No. Is it just about her journey of learning that she has it, or
Yeah.
I don't live under a rock, everyone. I just
Oh no,
only
your
watch
algorithm just
Founders
doesn't
media.
line up with this. No, it's she's just like really going through it, and she just should not be. There should not be a documentary made about her. Like she's gone. Like she's completely gone. I mean, right?
I think so, unfortunately, but
Gosh,
Yeah.
when was the last time she was on TV? I didn't think it had been that long.
it's been a minute.
Has it?
But pre-pandemic for sure.
Oh,
BC before COVID.
I definitely didn't think it had been that long. I thought she still had a show like last summer. So
I mean, that Eiffel Tower faint was like,
I mean,
what,
that's what I was just. That's what I always
Yeah,
think of. Yeah.
2016?
yeah. Okay. Well, I'll probably watch the trailer. I
You
don't
should
know.
just get on TikTok, Erica, and just join the rest of
Don't
us.
do it. Don't do it.
I've made 2 TikToks, and they're pretty good. But like the only thing I ever subscribe to or whatever are tornado videos.
All right.
Like just videos of tornadoes. I don't know why.
Yeah, that is something I will not watch. Storms scare me. I like had a panic attack because the wind was loud last night. So
What
Yeah.
about deep sea TikTok? Yo. All hands. Okay, let's finish this out with some Brown Town.
Mm.
When are you going to grow up and accept some responsibility?
Fantastic.
Great, love it. All right. Only a couple things happened this week. First of all, Mary, RIP to the relationship of Mary and her new boyfriend. But I gotta say, good for you for just having a little fling and then not marrying him and moving on.
Oh yeah. Could not agree more. And she just said kind of like Fame brought out Latrice.
Treasy, yeah.
Fame brought out the worst in him, or people brought out the worst in him, right?
What's more that people investigated his past and he sucks. So I think that's kind of what it was.
I think that was the
good for her for like leaving and not having a Matt Bayer situation of her own, you
Yes.
know?
Right.
Amen.
Exactly. I'm nervous.
He's gonna catfish her.
He's gonna
Oh no!
No, but good for her, because if she'd married him, it would have been. Do you think that's like what it maybe was? That she was like, if I marry this guy, it's just going to be another banana situation all over again. Like, it's just going to be me showing the world that like someone else tricked me. This. You know? It's like the ugliest banana too.
Don't do this at home.
That
kids.
could pass for Kale from Teen Mom.
I could see that.
They have similar energy though. Mary and Kale like should hang out.
Mary and Kale, and also Robin and Janelle. Like, there's a picture of Kale and Janelle like backstage.
Robin and Janelle Evans.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a picture of Kale and Janelle Evans backstage at a Teen Mom reunion, and Janelle's pregnant and Kale's like touching her belly.
Yep.
And the caption says Mary and Robin Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. But I mean, good for Mary. But really, what the big news of this week is that Janelle fucking popped off on Instagram this week. So I'm just gonna blast through a whole bunch of her Instagram because she was having a week. There's this one. I'm gonna get you guys to narrate this. So somebody narrate this.
Oh my gosh. Watching the moon landing.
She's watching the moon landing, and it's a picture of her own cell phone somehow. Lunar
Who took the
soft
picture?
landing. I have no
Who
idea.
took this photo?
Garrison, come here. Just take a Oh, you know who I bet it was? I bet it was Kilbrecht.
And she probably doesn't know how to screen mirror it to the TV so that everyone can watch,
No.
you know?
We're watching all on my cell phone. So she was watching the moon landing. Also,
Oh no.
for those who suggested I try mango, thank you. It's delicious.
Did Gary Shirley make that?
I mean, it's a plop of just anything.
Janelle Brown and Gary Shirley would get along quite well. They would. Now that you say that.
They'd crack each other up for sure. All right, here's another one. Oh
my God.
When the barista in Punta Cana, that's where she was. When the
Okay.
barista in Punta Cana thinks your 19-year-old is cute, I think she's pretty cute too.
What the
Again,
fuck,
no
Janelle?
context, no context whatsoever. She's in Punta Cana. Okay, here's one. Good morning. Okay. It's just this was a whole story where she wrote out the whole lyrics to "I'm Gonna Soak Up the Sun"
Oh God.
and just posted a bunch of palm trees.
She would.
She goes, "Why, yes, I'm at the beach again today. Home tomorrow."
I'm jealous though. I mean, not of the food because
Gotta join Plexus. You gotta get on that.
trash.
Get on that Plexus train. Feels like a good breakfast for today. It's a picture of some like old ass eggs Benedict with black beans. Feels like a good breakfast for today.
Because Mexico.
And then this one makes no sense. Do you cook for yourself? And then just a picture of a plate. All right. Here's the last one. A picture of Henry Winkler with who's this
Ron
guy?
Howard.
Ron Howard. And she wrote, I came across this in my feed this morning. This picture makes me so happy for some reason. I have always liked both men. I think I'll be reading Henry Winkler's memoir.
It makes me feel the opposite. That makes me sad that they look so old.
No, I didn't know who either of them were.
Happy Days head.
Lastly, Justine, like you're the one that knows about this. So tell us about Christine and her plexus and menopause.
Oh, I just saw this on Reddit that Christine, I don't know, didn't see the original post, but I guess she alluded to the fact that plexus helps with menopause symptoms, or it like eases what you go through with menopause, and people are pissed, as they should be, because that's a bold statement to make.
Well, it's like all of them saying that no, none of us are on Ozempic. We drink plexus.
That shit pisses me off so much.
I know,
Plexus
just fucking say
specifically.
it.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, you know, not that there's anything wrong with the way Christine or Janelle looks or anything, but it's just like the proof's not in the pudding, I guess. You know?
Mhm.
Like, I wonder if they just said they were on Ozempic. They could probably just get Ozempic to sponsor them. They probably make way more money.
Oh, yeah, this is the time for them to capitalize. Get in
Yes.
early, McKelty.
But they're boss babes,
Everybody.
Amanda. They want to make the money themselves.
I mean, what else are they going to do,
They're
though?
Huns.
I did find out that person I was talking about before that went on the same Plexus trip. I did find out, like, by legal document that she does make like 10 grand a month.
All right.
I'm like, how? Are you buying your own inventory? How does this shit work? Who's buying this?
It's all the downline stuff. I mean, I couldn't.
Isn't it just flavored water? Like it's
With
Crystal
Mio.
Light.
It's Mio. That thing
With
you
shit to
squeeze
make
into-
you shit your pants in it, yeah.
Yeah, but like I have IBS and like I wasn't losing weight from that. Ozempic. It's Ozempic. You're all on Ozempic. But fine. Anyway, that's all I have for Browntown. But John, for next week, I guess, he did watch this episode.
Oh no.
Ooh. Cody. The Robin giving birth episode, if anyone doesn't know what that is, but that's the sounds of Robin giving birth. So next week, John will recap that episode where she makes as surviving sister wives said, the power move of immediately giving birth, calling the Baron Mary into her room and going, I would like to be your surrogate, a piece of you and a piece of Cody and a piece of me all together.
John's gonna be like, Amanda, what the fuck? I thought we were friends.
I'm so excited.
God. All right. Well, I'll wrap this up because I know you guys need to record. But first, each of you promote all your shit. And thank you again. Promote your
Thank
shit.
you. I'll go first. Okay. Well, my individual podcast is the Surreality podcast, where I recap your mid-2000s Celebrity VH1 shows, Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, Surreal Life, Hogan Knows Best, etc. And then Justine and I have our Surreal Shore Love the 2000s coming out soon. And that'll be main feed probably early on your Patreon, Justine.
Mhm.
Like usual. Okay, perfect. Yeah, super excited for that. We're like Amanda just said, we're gonna record our part 1 of our finale for Teen Mom 3 this evening, so that'll be out this week. And yeah,
And Justine.
What Erica just said about Surreal Shore. It's literally some of my favorite episodes that I do. And I also cover Floribama Shore, Jersey Shore Family Vacation, Vanderpump Rules, a little bit of everything. Currently just started Vanderpump Rules season 4 on my Patreon, patreon.com/ShoreJustine. So that's the ad of Lala and Brittany. It's a great season. And yeah, covering Floribama Shore season 3 on my main feed, which is also a great
Is
season.
Brittany the Jax's wife?
Jax's wife, y'all.
God, they all owe Tom Sandoval a drink.
Well, if you're watching this season, Amanda, you'll
Oh.
meet them because The Valley, their new show, is going to be. It's going to start off as a Vanderpump episode.
Oh, it's like
and then
Station 19 and Grey's Anatomy.
Exactly. It's going to be like
Oh.
Jax having a boys' night, and then he drives home to the Valley.
I love it.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
I love it.
That made my stomach hurt when you just said that. Like, just like the, except I'm gonna watch it. Of course I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, of course.
Watch
All right.
them all be sober, not Jax, but
Well,
Of course not Jax.
I feel like they're all so. Anyway.
Okay, in this last week's episode, sorry, James Kennedy claims he only smokes weed. He clearly still does blow, right?
Mhm.
Like he was like lit AF.
those plants are all cocaine plants,
Oh
actually.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that episode of VPR. Me and John will like recap the VPR episode later this week on our Designing Women episode. But this past episode of VPR was like was one of my favorite things that I've seen this week, other than SNL with Shane Gillis, who none of you agree with me on, but that's fine. All right. I love you guys. Thank you once again for doing this. Let me just figure out.
Thank you for having us. And John, if you're listening, we love you and our best wishes.
Love
And no rush to record or anything. Like, take your time, scream into a pillow, cry, and smoke some weed.
Get a new
Love
dog.
you. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put up this thing here, and then I'm gonna wait. No, that's wrong. I suck at this so much. All right, we're gonna put this up. And now I'm gonna play the song and we're gonna leave. Bye, everybody. Everyone say
Dance
bye.
off. Bye.
Bye.
I know.